Roger, you were 3 years old when you wrapped your first wonton, and you cut your first chicken before you were old enough to actually hold a knife.
Yeah, you know what? There's a whole philosophy around that though too. You know, like, look at me now. I'm okay with the knife. I survived. I'm good. Like, I got my daughter's like 6 years old, one of them, and she started to learn how to work with a knife, and she's quite good. Actually, the 4-year-old I just taught how to cut up carrots with the knife.
Wow.
So I supervise them, and I'm right there. But you know, you start young, and you learn that the knife is not something to fear, but respect. You know?
Right. But I mean, what was the story behind you cutting the chicken? Did someone ask you to do this?
No, I used to stand up on the counter. I was always just infinitely curious in the kitchen. And after I learned how to do wontons and a few other things, cook rice, fry an egg, I saw my dad who was making curry one day. And I said, I want to learn how to cut up the chicken. So he just showed me how to cut up the chicken, and so we did it once, and then we had to make a big batch, so we had to do 2 chickens, and then he let me kind of do the second one. But, you know, he guided me. He's like, okay, do it like this, hold the knife, careful, you know, so, you know, just you figure it out, man. Kids are smart.
You knew very early on that you wanted to be a chef, and you grew up in a multi-ethnic background. Did you struggle to find an identity where at least your cooking was
I
concerned?
grew up in a household where we would have dim sum for breakfast, curry, roti for lunch, and for dinner we have like, you know, pierogies, because we lived in Edmonton, Alberta, which is like large Ukrainian population. So for me, I thought that was very common. And then I went to my friend's house in Edmonton, and they were eating like cheese whiz and toast. You know, I'm like, what is this?
That's exotic.
What is this orange thing in a jar? Like, what is this? You know? And so I just realized that, oh, wow, not everybody eats like we eat at home. So I realized that that's just my family, and that's my identity. So when I started cooking, and when I became a chef running my own restaurants or working for other people as the head chef, I just did what I know, you know, and put them together in a way that makes sense, that's not confusing and convoluted, and it seems to be faring me pretty well, you know.